All those Groucho marks.
Whatever, it does not matter to me.
It should.
It doesn't.
Whatever. What
It
shows
never
did you
will.
watch this week? Despite there are a couple shows that haven't come out yet, though.
Yeah.
That we were well, specifically a Moto show. We haven't
Right.
gotten a chance to absolutely destroy it yet. Not much to destroy; it'll destroy itself, but you know.
I feel like I haven't watched much that's new. I watched Goblin Slayer. I watched The Maid Show, and I watched Zombieland Saga, and I think that was
The
everything.
Maid Show, the one with the eye patch chick.
Yeah.
Yo, why?
I don't know. I was like, it looks light and fluffy. I need something that's light and fluffy in my life. It was not that good. It was not that good.
I
It
saw
was
like,
it was decidedly creepy.
you know, I read it and I'm like, this is gonna be a creepy show.
I did too, but I was like, maybe they'll tone it down a little bit. Like,
They
it looks
toned it up,
goofy.
apparently.
Like, the animation in the beginning was kind of goofy. I was like, maybe they'll just be like, they'll make it like silly rather than like creepy. No, it was just straight up creepy. It was just straight out creepy.
Skin crawlers everywhere.
Like, the animation style was silly, and then at the same time, it was like, oh, it was just weird.
It touched you in bad places. On the doll, Nick, show me where it touched you.
It touched the little girl in the bad places.
Oh.
Well, it wanted to, at least.
Oh. I don't know if that's better.
I mean, it was unsettling.
Okay.
We had a grown-ass woman show up in fucking, like, elementary school girl PE uniform, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
This pains me to look at.
Press the button when you feel uncomfortable. I also watched Goblin Slayer. I watched The Bunny Show, Zombieland, and Radiant.
Radiant. I don't know
yeah.
which one Radiant is.
It's think of Naruto.
Okay.
Oh, that's all. That's it.
Okay, that didn't help at all.
No, I'm just saying. Just picture Naruto, and that's the show. You don't need to
Okay,
watch
but-
it. It was the
I
first episode
more
of Naruto.
meant we looked at the Annie list thing. I know which ones they are.
it-
You just have to give me any description of a character, but instead you decided
the
to go
French
with
one.
think of Naruto, and I'm like, thanks, B. You're really helping me out here.
It's the French one. With the skeleton dude, not skeleton dude, with the wrapped up guy with the wizard hat.
Oh,
With
okay.
the nemesises.
Yes. Now I understand because you've given me an actual description of the show. I mean, you were the one who did it. You were the asshole in this situation.
Anyways, yeah, it was basically just Naruto, except with a much dumber main character. This main character is a fucking idiot.
Solid.
He's so stupid.
Alright, are they all stupid or is it just the main character?
It's just the main character. He's like a fucking idiot.
Okay, solid.
I saw orange-haired girl in the opening. She wasn't in this episode yet, but I'm waiting for her to show up, and that will basically decide for me whether or not I keep continue to watch the show.
Okay. I don't know what you're hoping for.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm hoping for either, but I'm hoping for something.
I feel like I don't know what you're hoping for, but you're definitely not gonna get it.
And I think I will. But you know,
I feel like
gotta
nothing
wait.
will hold up to whatever you've subconsciously pictured in your head that you want.
Who knows? I don't even know until I see it.
I'm willing to bet money.
Well, anyways, apparently yes. So if we look back at our Discord chat, you really liked the first episode of Goblin Slayer.
I did. It was good.
Okay.
We can talk about it now or we can talk about it later, but I liked it.
Now.
Okay, we can talk about it now. So it did look weird. I will say that. The art was, or like, not the art. The
art looked
images.
fine. I just think it kind of looks like every other show. That's my big problem with it. But the art is like just fine.
That's a weird. See, I don't understand that complaint. Like, that's such a weird complaint to me.
It's more of an opinion. I just want it to have like its own kind of style. Like it has a very grim, dark tone. And
Like, in
writing.
what way though? Like, what do you want from it?
I want like more scratchy shadows, like just deeper, like darker colors. Like, I want some of the effects from like when he's like all gray and like looks fucking badass. I want kind of more of some of those parts kind of throughout the art style, when it's just being normal, because it looks cool, I think. But that's it. That's my complaint. I just wish it kind of looked cooler. Although there were moments he was CG for some of those scenes, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Okay, because it looked a lot better than most CG.
Yeah.
But like I could still tell CG. It's like it's just so far below that uncanny valley. It's just so close to getting out, but it's not out yet. But it's getting there. It was
not nearly as bad. Like they used it more often for stuff that wasn't moving. I saw.
That's where I was glad about that though. At least him in movement was looked clean and nice.
Yeah,
and
like
cool.
anytime something was moving, it was usually like drawn. If it was just like it just had to be a character who was standing still that had like complex armor, it was more often like CG'd in because that's just cheaper to do, which I could understand. And it's like I don't know if it was just like the shadows they were in that wasn't throwing me off or what, but like it didn't look horrible.
I think it was the decals. I think some of like the scratches were missing on his armor.
Oh, it was definitely obvious that
clean.
It was CG, but it didn't look bad, is my contention.
Oh, I think it would fit the scene better if he had more scratches. If it didn't look so clean, but that's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, okay.
It would.
Yeah, his armor could definitely be more fucked up in those CG scenes. It definitely had a little bit too much sheen to it.
Yeah, like it looked too shiny, it looked too pristine.
Yeah.
But like, that's about all.
Because he is supposed to be way more like scuffed up.
And like, yeah, it was fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
Aside from that, the music was nice. Like there were hits of like a somewhat like synthy moment when they're walking into the cave, and then when he actually starts killing goblins, it becomes more of a metal soundtrack, which fits completely fine.
And then when you have Goblin Slayer walking down, there's like a faint like, "Dun-dun,
oh yeah,"
dun-dun in the background of it. It was nice. I like their sound design. It was very good.
That'd be soundtrack. Sound design is like what you hear, like the picking up pebbles and stuff, moving things around.
Well, you do sound design on a soundtrack too.
Yeah, I guess I'm.
So I'm talking about like the sound to
Sound
it
in
was
general.
not overpowering.
Okay.
Like there's a difference in having like just guitar riffs that overpower the scene and having them in the background of the scene to give more of an effect rather than like an actual musical soundtrack to something.
Yes. Okay. I see what you mean.
But yeah, I think the one thing I was concerned about beforehand was like what level of like retaining the tone of Goblin Slayer they were going to be able to bring into it, because like it's dark as fuck. Like this first episode was not a barrier to the show. This is what the show is going to be for 12 episodes.
My guess is someone gets raped, Goblin Slayer kills goblins. That's the end of the episode. Every other episode.
Not really.
Okay, good. I was hoping that wasn't the case. Wait.
I mean, there is like a decent amount of rape. So like they haven't covered it yet, but like goblins, there are no female goblins that exist.
Leave it for the show to explain. They gotta show us. They gotta do a good job at showing us.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if you want to get shown this.
I already read it.
Okay.
Although I did see a complaint about like how he didn't like how the show didn't explain that the hobgoblin was stronger than most people, despite the fact that we saw the hobgoblin like pick a bitch up and just like start smacking her around. That's a good job at showing you how strong they are. We don't need to be told, oh, the hobgoblin's really fucking strong. No shit, we just saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they want like the hobgoblin and one of the girls to have like a bench off?
Apparently fucking so.
She literally just like fucking kicked around like 7 goblins in a row, and then he just one hand snags her by the foot and just whips her around like a rag doll for a while.
Right? That's a good job at showing.
Obvious, like this thing is overpowering her with one hand.
Yeah. It reminded me of the scene with the Hulk and Loki.
Yeah.
But not as comedic.
Not as comedic.
No.
Way more dark.
Yeah. I think I heard bones cracking.
You probably did. I'm willing to bet that was what they were going for.
So I think in the next couple episodes we're also going to get the other crew in this poster, like the bow person.
Yeah, the elf, the dwarf, and the lizard. You will find out very quickly that none of them have names.
I don't care.
Okay. I mean
I
like
mean,
one of the things about this is like, first of all, nobody has a name. Everybody is determined either by their job or by what they wield, like what weapon they use. Also, he's not really like a hero in the way that like you would think of like a hero for like a fantasy, you know, show, like a fantasy anime. He's not like a classical hero. Like there are heroes that exist. He's just like a really important everyday adventurer.
he's
So
just Goblin Slayer. So
he's just
you gotta
Goblin
see,
Slayer.
he's just Goblin Slayer.
That's yeah.
He slays the gobs.
He is here to slay goblins and do literally nothing else.
One other complaint I had was that I wished him slaying the goblins was more intense. Like, I wish there was just more of them. He was just, like, knifing these motherfuckers, like, one after the other.
I mean, this was only the first episode. This is the first collection. As he said, this was, I forget,
smaller
20 some?
nest?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
was
22.
less than 50, and 50 is where they begin to attack. Like, from here on out, they start to, like, have to deal with, like, larger and larger collections of goblins.
Does it get a BFG, or a BFG equivalent?
He does have an ace in the hole that he whips out in a really fucking clever way.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what other things he uses. I mean, he uses like all sorts of like
Well, we saw in this episode.
like
He will
area
just,
of
like, throw
effect
away.
attacks.
Oh, so he actually uses magic?
No,
Oh, okay.
he doesn't have magic, but he's smart about things. Like we saw, you know, he doused the one body in gasoline, kicked it down, and lit all three of them on fire.
Have the trip thing? Have the tripwire?
Yeah. He has like he breaks out like a poison at one point that like just fucking like nukes a small area. Like it's some poison gas he throws out.
I was
Like
to say, he gives the goblins a bed sheet with smallpox.
yes, he trades the goblins smallpox bed sheets for small daggers.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that. I
who
was sitting here
cares?
talking, and all of a sudden my cat was just like, "Wah!" like right behind me.
Cats are cats, you know, they'll do that shit.
Scared the fuck out of me. Anyways,
Okay, yeah, so we
so-
got bow, drunkard,
yeah,
headdress.
lizard priest, dwarf shaman, and elf ranger archer. I forgot what her like
So there's
official
two
thing is.
priests,
Yes. Well,
That's
the lizard priest is like
a battle priest,
like a battle
Okay.
priest.
a battle monk, you might say. Is that an actual?
Well,
class?
monk is like the one girl that we saw that who got tossed on like a rag doll where they like fight with their fists. He prays to his lizard god to like summon. He's more like a
Bahamut.
necromancer kind of. But he
Okay.
also like he prays the lizard god to get like dragon strength. Because I guess it's really like a dragon god that he prays to. But yeah, he gets like dragon strength and he can summon like bone warriors and stuff like that.
Okay.
He's cool. I like the lizard guy. He's pretty they're all pretty baller.
Okay. Does Blondie become at least somewhat useful later on, or is she just still kind of there to scream?
I mean, you know, she gets directed by Goblin Slayer, who's like kind of the brains of the operation most of the time. But I mean,
does she do what she needed to do? Like,
Yeah,
does he
I
fall?
mean,
Okay.
he'll
Perfect.
tell her the plan, and then she can execute the plan.
Does
at
she
the right
actually
time.
execute the plan well, though?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, she's better than AG.
I think she gets another spell too at some point. I forget when. She gets barrier,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
is they somehow turn it like an awesome spell.
Does it, like, redirect damage or something?
No, I mean it's just literally like a barrier, but
Okay.
the way they use it make it look like it's a badass spell somehow.
Okay.
So no, it's cool. It's like I said, like it's not that the things that he does, like he's not magical. He's just really clever about the ways he does things, and like even his ace in the hole, it's not that it inherently is strong. It's the way that he'll use it that's really strong. So it's really cool.
I thought it was okay. Hopefully there's more intense goblin killing later on, which you said there would be, so I have that to look forward to.
Yeah. We need to go dungeon crawling.
Yes.
I forget what the first boss monster is, but there's some pretty cool bosses you get to kill.
Are they all goblins or, like, goblin related? I mean-
No.
Okay.
Well, I actually don't remember if the first one is even. I don't think.
Because we
One
had,
of
like,
them's
the
definitely
goblin
a goblin.
shaman, but I don't think I guess he was a boss of that, you know, low level
Yeah,
cave.
he's like a boss of like the small dungeon, but I mean even then he doesn't really count as compared to the size of the other ones you will fight.
Okay, but they're
You
goblins.
also
too.
learn that like there's a whole bunch of different like tiers of goblins, so they have like shamans and heroes and champions and kings and stuff like that. It's like we learn that Goblin, like in terms of strength, they can get like way stronger than what we've seen so far as time goes
Okay.
on.
Is there a Goblin Dragon?
We haven't seen one yet.
Oh.
I won't say there isn't.
Yet.
We just haven't seen one yet.
Okay. So I guess let's talk about the next show that we both watched. Zombieland Saga. This show is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I don't understand what's happening.
I loved every moment of it.
I can't say I loved every moment of it. It was it was an idol show. We watched a heavy metal idol show. That's what we watched.
I know. I was tricked into watching it.
It was like I don't know.
So at first, I thought this show was going to be like a show where, you know, happy-go-lucky girl, you know, kind of oblivious of like the zombies and like, you know, edgy shit. So actually very surprised that it wasn't that, and it was actually at least a funny show. I thought there were some pretty funny moments. With, you know, some kind of like pretty decent horror, because that first zombie attack actually spooked me.
Did it?
Yeah, because it was just like a loud crash out of the window. That was the first zombie attack, right?
I guess I was
Yeah.
just too busy looking at the window and being like, that doesn't look right.
I felt like it happened when she was like walking down the hallway and you didn't see the window. It just, she
Well,
comes
no,
out
she
of the
like
frame.
after she crashes through the window, there was like a shot of like the broken window, and it was just like, it didn't look right.
I guess
It
we
looked
just remember
wrong.
different scenes. Anyways, yeah, it's a bunch of girl zombies, and they form an idol band show. I don't think it's just gonna be metal though, because the next episode is called Hip Hop something. I think each episode is gonna be a different genre of song, which I'd be down with.
I mean,
I think it'd be kind of funny.
I think it'd be kind of weird. They didn't even do like heavy metal that well, to be honest.
I don't think that was the point. They weren't gonna do heavy metal well. If it was
I
gonna
mean,
be
like-
like a show about heavy metal, then they may have dug in more into it. But I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be different genres each episode. And
I mean, yeah, but then we're just gonna
Yeah,
get like lukewarm attempts at each of these genres. Like,
I don't think the songs are the point.
I mean, it's an idol show. Something has to be the point.
Probably the comedy of them just kind of doing shit. That's basically what idol shows are. There's like idol shows are hardly about the music, Nick.
I mean, great. Then we get to watch. At a certain point, the zombie thing becomes more of a gimmick than an actual interesting plot device. Like from what I saw of like the preview for next episode, I already don't care about the zombie thing. It's already a non-factor for most of the girls.
This is true, but I hope they like find ways to like. I'm more thinking about the jokes they can do with this whole zombie thing. Which I'm
Judging by
hoping.
this episode, I have no faith in that.
Okay.
There was no zombie jokes this episode.
Was the fact that they could rock their heads back and forth?
Was that a joke?
That was like a thing.
It was not a very good one.
Okay. I think this has potential. I'm looking forward to it. It kind of came out of left field for me.
It might. I just think it could be very just an idol show very easily. Like they could very easily just neglect the zombie thing altogether and just be it's an idol show and their faces are slightly green most of the time.
Okay.
I think the most interesting thing to me is like with how wide of a time frame they have to work with for their different like each of their different girls. Because like one of them's from like the Meiji era, one of them is from like the 1960s. Like they have a pretty expansive repertoire of like people to work with,
Two of them for the same era.
so that could be interesting.
We will see. At least I will see.
I'll give it a
But
chance.
This
I mean,
show
I
as
don't-
well. This show didn't look bad in terms of like its art. Like it was very clean.
No, it did not.
Because it was actually Mappa, the same people who were doing Banana Fish.
Okay.
Yeah. So at the very least, it didn't look like garbage. I'm still mad about Grand Blue. Can you sense it, Nick?
Only a little bit.
They had a budget and they used it.
They had a budget. They were given money. Not a lot of it, but they were given some.
Well, I'm talking about Zombieland. I don't know how much money they were given. And
Oh, Zombieland? Oh yeah,
it's
Zombieland had
entirely possible that they had the same budget as Grand Blue, but But they knew how to use the fucking budget.
I mean, maybe they committed it all into this episode.
That's what I hope didn't happen. But
The first
we'll
5
see.
episodes get you to hook in, and then they ditch the project
And
after
they start
that.
using crayons. We ran out of paint. Gotta use crayons.
Oh no, the monster that turns all of our art into low quality art has arrived. Looks like it lets me in colored pencil this week. That's kind of what I was thinking of when we first started. It was like, it's gonna be an idol show. I was like, is this just gonna be fucking
That's my biggest nightmare, is that it does become like
Maho Shoujo Ore again?
yeah. But I think this first episode was a lot stronger than Mahou Shoujo's first episode. Also, it doesn't look a cast like Mahou
I don't know.
Shoujo
You
did.
were, if I remember correctly, you were loving the first episode of Ore.
I liked it. I
You
didn't
were all
enjoy
about it.
I was really hoping it would be good, and then the second episode happened. I was like, oh, this is still kind of okay. And the third episode, was when like the sudden deceleration just began, and it kind of hit terminal velocity halfway through the fourth episode.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen with this one. But at least my eyes won't bleed while I'm watching this show. We have that going for it, at least.
Hopefully, we'll
Yeah.
see.
What else did you watch?
I considered watching, but did not watch the newest episode of Sword Art Online.
You watched the Maid Show. That's the last Sword I was thinking of.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of something else.
It was creepy. It
Yes.
was really creepy.
Guess we're not watching that one.
She was a hard lolicon, and I was really not about it. I'm not gonna give the second episode a chance.
Okay. That right
I got
there's
through
a
one episode, and I was like,
one
well,
episoder.
Yeah, that was a one and done. I got done with that, and I was just like, this was 20 minutes of my life that I will never get back.
Or can you? No, you can't. It's
I
gone.
don't think so.
That's
Unless
1/3 of an hour just completely gone. You ruined
Just completely gone. I ruined it.
You
Apparently,
wasted
the Yuri show of the season in Yagate Kimi ni Naru. Apparently, it's actually decent. Better than Citrus, I've heard.
Citrus, that's not very hard. You have to
Say
be
again?
average. Better than Citrus isn't very hard. You have to be average to be better than Citrus.
Yeah, that's
Or
fair.
even slightly above average.
I mean, still though, we're talking about Yuri shows. The scale is relative to the genre, and in Yuri shows, I think Citrus was regarded as a good one.
I wish there were better ones.
As do I. Well, we have this one.
We have Frozen. Frozen next year.
Frozen 2
can-
next year. I can only be disappointed by that movie.
There we go. You'll probably be disappointed.
Oh yeah, probably.
You're gonna get out of the theater and you're gonna be like, well, that was a waste
was
of
not
an
what I
hour and a
asked for.
half of my life.
I asked for one thing and you couldn't deliver it to me. To be fair, it's a lot to ask for, but
Okay.
still, I'm asking for one thing.
Please let this happen. Man who will watch it not happen.
All I want is for some incest in a Disney property.
Yuri incest.
I just want Disney to get real weird with it.
But I think I was wrong about Kishiku Gakuen no Juliet. I don't think that's a Yuri show. I think there was a dude in there, like at least in the panel of manga that I saw.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So yeah, the only one might watch. I don't know, Yagati Kimi no Naru. Fuck it, I'll give it a try. Why not?
I'll find somewhere to watch it. I don't think it's available on standard streaming
Sail the
sites.
high seas, yo ho ho, fiddle dee dee.
Yar har fiddle dee. Being a pirate is alright with me. We are pirates.
Talk about Radiant. Radiant was kind of it was just basically a quintessential Naruto clone. It's not bad-ish. At least the first episode wasn't awful.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. Hopefully it's fine. Fun and fine. I said that at the same time for some reason. But who knows. Main character is voiced by a girl. But he kind of looks like he's in his mid-teens. So it's kind of weird. It makes him seem a
Okay.
lot younger than he is.
That is kind of bizarre, but
Yeah.
alright.
And then the Bunny Girl show was half an hour of just banter between two people. And it was kind of fun. I liked it.
Okay.
She just kind of fucked around for an hour and a half, or not an hour and a half, for about half an hour. There was Bunny Girl. I don't know how often we'll get Bunny Girl anymore, because I think she already gave it up.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Well, more specifically, she gave it to the main character. She's like, "Here, take this." And he's like, "But why?" He's like, "I don't want it anymore." I was like, "All right,
Great, now
go
we're
sell
gonna get
this."
dude. We're gonna get buddy dude.
No,
I
they
do
will
not
get Bunny
want
Dude.
this. This was not what I asked for.
Main character is like a mix of just a more open 8-man. Because at some point he has to like show this girl his scars, because it's like some weird rumor, and he like asks her to touch the scars, and he starts making like moans when he's touching them to fuck with her.
Like, why does he have scars?
God, I think they just appeared one day. It's like part of, there's like this supernatural thing going on in the show.
Okay.
So for him, like they just kind of appeared. Like he just had gashes on his arm and his chest. And like another thing is that the main girl is like disappearing. Like people can't see her. And then the guy's little sister kind of just shows up with kind of similar to him. She just starts getting cuts everywhere.
Okay. So there is like some supernatural shit. It's not like.
It's like yes, like it's some
It's
weird
not
shit.
the Ahari like everything is normal, but these two people are just weird as fuck because
No,
they're.
like there's actually weird shit going on.
Okay. Sounds bizarre and somewhat interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. I don't know. Yeah, she wears a bunny girl outfit for a little bit, and then that's that. I like her voice. I don't know who voices her. Who voices her?
I mean, it sounds like one of those shows where it definitely is going to be carried on the strength of its like voice talent and their chemistry together. Because if it's just going to be like 20 minutes of bantering every episode, they really have to be able to like sell it.
They have to be. They have to. Yeah, it's perfect explanation. Which, let's do this episode. I thought they were able to sell it pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, the main character sounded kind of the only way I can describe it is like 8-man. Like the moment you start hearing him talk, you'll be like, okay, this makes sense. The explanation makes sense. And then the girl.
Does he have the same worldview as 8-Man? Am I going to hate him again after 6 months?
Maybe. I didn't hate him. He was kind of like he's kind of funnier 8-man.
Okay. I feel like 8-Man just became this like glorified fucking.
I feel like the fan base like glorifying him though as a character. I thought he was
No,
fine.
that's what I meant. As in
hope
the
he
context of
doesn't
the
come-
story, 8-Man was fine. It was just like the fan base was like, oh my god, he's so cool and I relate with him so much. He's totally right. High school's for nerds.
Yeah,
High school life is for losers.
It was fucking annoying.
I was not a huge fan of 8-Man for a while because of that.
Yeah, that definitely like kind of dragged on, which I really
It
hope
made the
doesn't
show
happen with this
made the
guy.
show way more distasteful for me. Like the show Yahari, fine. People's like how much they were obsessed
Filleting?
with it. Yeah, awful. Fucking hate it.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen with this main character. I really just hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So,
They're kind of doing it with fucking Konosuba too,
yeah, they are.
because I really noticed it because they announced some like crossover with like Konosuba,
different other
Overlord, ReZero, something else. I think fucking Tanya the Evil is in there or something like that.
It was just a bunch of shit, yeah.
And people were just blowing it for like, oh my god, it's gonna have Kazuma and his awesome worldview that I can totally understand and connect with. Just like I want you all to just go away.
Who knows? I just want more silly moments with the crew. That's what I want from Konosuba. Because they work as a crew together. Like, sure, Cosmo is like a main part of it, but like, I think the show's just funnier when they're all together. As like a group that is the character. Their team is the character. If you take one out, then they're not really funny on their own.
Okay. I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh shit! This fucking The Bunny Show already has a movie.
It has a movie?
Yeah.
Did it like come out way before or
Movie
like
not yet
a week
released.
ago? Oh. Oh, it will have
It's
a
a
movie.
sequel.
Okay.
Okay, I guess maybe it's gonna be most of the show, and then the ending will be the movie, which is kind of a shitty thing to do.
I mean, at least you're gonna have the ending, unlike Yahari.
I mean, your heart doesn't have an ending.
Still waiting for an ending to be written and then
Still
made
waiting
into
for
an
like
anime.
what is it, chapter 9 or whatever?
I don't know. At this
Volume
point,
9?
I only watch the anime, so I have to wait for it to be written and then produced into an anime so that I can consume it, or an OVA.
I mean, it's gonna be Spice and Wolf season 3 again.
It's gonna be
It's
Spice
not
Wolf
gonna
Season
happen.
3. Spice Wolf got finished though. The light
Yes.
novel was finished. I can read the ending to Spice Wolf. I'll never be able to see it, but at least I can read it. We will never know the ending to Yahari.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's talk about. We haven't given our thoughts, ultimate thoughts on Grand Blue. I thought it was okay. It was funny, and it looked like ass. That's all I can say about it.
Wow. Okay.
I chuckled. I liked some of the characters so much so that I started reading the manga.
Yeah.
That's what it
It
is.
was. I think it accomplished what it set out to do, which is be
Be
a
kind of
funny, yeah, a funny way to look at a really bizarre, sense of college life. And like, I think like the anime accomplished that. You know, and even with its like bizarre faces and kind of shitty art style, like, I think for the most part it told a good enough story to get it from joke to joke without it feeling super annoying. So,
I would give it 3 out of 5. It'd be a 2 out of 5 if I didn't, find it funny, but 3 out of 5 because it was a comedy. Well, it was a comedy. Not everyone's gonna like that same style of humor,
right.
but I think it worked enough.
Yeah, I would say like 7 out of 10. It was, it was pretty above average comedy in my opinion, but yeah, I think it depends on your sense of humor and what comedy appeals to you. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I started reading through it, and a lot of complaints I saw were that the timing were sometimes off on some of the jokes, and I could see why they say that. Those quick, rapid succession jokes work a lot better, like on a page, where it's like one panel in between instead of like half a minute. It's like they hit you a bit faster.
I'll take your word for it, because without having seen it, I couldn't say for certain whether or not that's true, but it sounds plausible.
Yeah, and also the reveals of the joke kind of work a bit better. Even though there's a equivalent to a hard cut, I feel like they just kind of made more sense in the manga. But that's about it.
All right, if you say so.
What about Sasuke no Tenchi? How did you feel about that? You're right. You're right.
I was right.
Yeah, super
They
right.
are not back yet.
Oh no, I was talking about. Well, yes,
The lower floor assholes are not here yet.
that was because I saw a post on r/AnimeRL, and usually it's recent episodes, so I thought they were back, but I was wrong. I still could be right because there's 3 episodes left, but
Yes.
who knows? You were right about basically the exact way the parents got murdered, though. You're spot on.
Murder, self-defense. I think I even said with the gun.
Yes, the gun was important.
But yeah, so other than that, it's been it's getting weird. Like the psychological horror aspect is coming out a little bit more strongly than it has before. It's just getting weird. The whole stitching up live thing, or killing things then stitching them up to make them hers, like, it's just Rachel's turning into a freak.
I mean, she was the first B1 angel.
Right. The OG B1 resident.
Not really, I don't think
But I
she's
mean-
OG. Was she? I don't think.
I guess
she's
no.
OG.
I guess yeah.
She just is B1.
She just is. Yeah. But anyways,
I would also guess that. I think
she is
we
a
both guessed that.
yeah. She's one of the residents and is now super fucking creepy. And like, I don't know. I didn't understand the whole like Rachel goes crazy and runs around the house torturing Zach thing that was going on at the end. I have no idea what's happening with that.
Because she's mad that he's not. She is.
But like, what's she trying to accomplish? Just kill him.
Fuck if I know. She's crazy. Actually, I don't think she wants to kill him because that shot at the end, she didn't shoot
Oh
Zach.
no, she shot Danny.
She shot Danny. I hope she shot Danny.
I think she
In
shot
the
Danny.
face.
I don't think she. I hope it was in the face. I
In
don't
the
think
mouth.
I think it was like shot in the foot. It's gonna be like the foot or the gun hand. I don't remember where he had his Luger, but if it's available to shoot, it's gonna get shot in the hand.
My wish is that he got shot in the mouth and/or the voice box.
I'm hoping for the eyeball, his one fucking gooey eyeball. So it just
No, because they can still scream.
no bullshit. It would go through his brain and he'd die.
I mean,
His brain is like right there.
It is, but like people
Your
also survive
optical
like
nerve goes straight back.
headshots like that though. It's
What?
rare, but I wouldn't put it past the show to like pull something like that off.
I would protest. On a medical standpoint, he should be dead.
I mean, there was that one guy who got like a rod like shoved through his head.
Okay, that's one guy. In the entirety of human existence, there was a single person.
I'm pretty sure there's more people that like had that happen to. There's like people have been with nails in their heads. I mean, sure, it didn't come out the
That's
other
not
side.
in their. That's not in their brain, though.
No, it was like in their brain.
You're talking about like the people who take like fucking nail gun nails to the skull.
No, there's been people who have had like nails in their like through their skull in their brain. Happens a lot in Brazil.
Okay, sure. I don't know about that.
I made the last part up, but there's been a couple instances. Anyways, it's an anime. They're gonna be like, oh, he's not actually dead. He can still scream and be a fucking annoying bitch. I just want him dead. I want him to not talk.
Not talk.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't want him to be a character anymore.
I want him to go away.
I want the last episode to be the entire show just with him written out. That is my wish.
The last episode is Rachel it's like a flashback to all of the other episodes, and she realizes that Danny was in her imagination the whole time.
And then she like sighs with relief, like, oh my god, he's fucking gone now.
He's actually gone. In the distance, you see Danny like fucking diddling himself with his tongue out.
I hate him so much.
Oh my god, he's so weird.
Anyways, back to the main plot points. Zach now knows the truth.
Right.
Hey, how much you want to guess that like what she was told isn't the truth and Dan is just fucking with her?
I mean, like clearly,
she has issues. Yes.
Danny is clearly like trying to get Zach to look at it a certain way, and Rachel's clearly like trying to tell him something else. So like clearly, I feel like we haven't been given the whole truth yet.
I was the one that sewed him up, not that bitch, not the girl.
Not the girl. Dr. Danny was here the whole time doing the sewing.
Who knows? 3 episodes left. I guess we'll learn some more. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know if, assuming they kill Danny in the next episode and we go up to the top floor, then what are we going to do for 2 more episodes up there?
The priest will pull some shit out of his ass. I don't know.
The priest will show up.
At least I don't hate the priest's voice or hate the priest in general. I thought he was an okay person, or okay character.
He was an okay character. As long as it's just the priest, as long as the other 2 assholes aren't there too.
Yo, I'm back. Danny's also here.
If we open up the door and they're all standing there, if Danny is standing there on the top floor, if we open the door, I'm gonna be pissed. If we kill Danny, open the last elevator door, and he's just chilling there, like waiting for us, I'm gonna be so mad. You don't understand how upset I'm gonna be if you fucking, or if it's like Danny's twin is up there, I'm gonna be salt.
So for at least ratings, tentatively ratings, because we'll rate the show in like another 3 weeks. My tentative rating is gonna be a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4 out of 10.
Like it looks okay. It's got it's on style.
Right.
Music is nice.
Music is pretty good most of the time.
And then the writing, I just don't really care anymore. I don't really care about Rachel. I guess I'm supposed to at this point. I don't know.
Right.
I don't.
I feel like it's finally doing like the psychological horror-y thing, but that may just be because the thought of being sewn up is creepy to me.
I mean, at first, I think they should have made us care about her more. Then this part would have a larger impact. Like, at this point, I knew she was fucking crazy, but I didn't care that she was crazy.
Right. Like, I don't care that she's crazy. I think it's the way that she's crazy is inherently creepy to
Yes.
me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like it can be creepy. Like something doesn't have to be specific, or I don't know what I'm looking for, but yeah, it can still be kind of weird. It is weird.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
think it's just one of those things, like, your idea of, like, what's creepy plays into your own sense of, like, what you're afraid of or what you don't like what you feel uncomfortable about.
yeah.
Like, if there was a floor that was all water, a person who was, like, afraid of, deep water would be like, this is creepy. This is really creepy because I don't know what's in the water.
All right.
Whereas I don't care because I don't care about dark, like, deep water. So, like, the thought of being sewn up is, like, creepy to me. I hate needles. They always make me uncomfortable.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't really get that. I don't like needles either, but I guess I just I couldn't put myself in the position of being sewed in. I have no empathy. That's actually a thing. People who are like have a harder time empathizing don't find horror as frightening.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're able
Especially
to.
since, like, if you have a harder time empathizing, I guess you have a clearer sense of, like, your own existence.
Yes,
And, like,
it,
you
it's
understand.
it's easier to disassociate yourself from a movie if
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
like empathy.
You understand, like, movies aren't, like, it's not just is it not your life, but it's not really anybody's life.
Yes. Although, uh, the sewing thing reminded me of the movie that me and Alex watched, Annihilated, where we talked about the vivisection scene. Holy shit, that made my skin crawl. I'm pretty sure you'd be like just turning away because you said like that is like fucking creepy as shit for you, right?
Yeah.
It was a tough scene to watch.
I'm not a huge fan of anything that involves putting needles in people flesh.
It wasn't needles. It was just a knife. Like they cut this kid's not kid. It was like this older dude. Like this dude's stomach open, and inside of it you saw like this tapeworm, this massive tapeworm, just like
No.
yep. It was even just talking about it like, ugh. It
Oh.
was tough, dude.
I think that's the other thing I hate is just, like,
Yeah.
worms.
Yeah,
Parasites,
parasites.
like, oh, they give me the heebie-jeebies.
They do. But anyways,
If I ever got that fucking African dick-smelling parasite, fucking just castrate me.
oh, like the one that where you just like cut your thigh open to like pull it out.
No, the one that fucking crawls up your dick and, like, anchors itself
Brazilian.
back in. Oh, is that Brazilian?
That's
I'm
what it's
sorry.
called, yeah. There is like this specific type of worm where you'd have to like cut your thigh open, and like you had to like pull it out. There's like
Oh,
there's
no.
like there's tapestries like middle of tapestries of like that
Like, that medical procedure?
that procedure being performed. Yeah,
No.
I've heard it.
Why?
Agonizing.
That's... Oh, I hate worms. They're awful.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they all have, like, fucking shit-ass ways to get rid of them, too?
I mean now
Why can't you
you
just
know
have the
don't.
worm that's like, oh, you found me, you can get rid of me real easy.
I mean they're inside you. What the fuck are you gonna do? Like stab yourself?
I just want to be like, leave now, and it just crawls out whatever way it came in.
Oh
I don't
god!
want it to fucking, like, pull
It's
it
gonna come out
out.
your mouth,
I don't...
right?
I just want it to be gone. I just want it to be away from me, dude.
I hate worms.
Fucking, I watched one where it was like this worm that, like, lives inside of your eyeball, and it, like, crawls across
God.
your eye, and you can, like, see it crawl across you. Oh, it's, like, creepy, dude. Worms suck.
Oh, isn't that like a black worm? I think I remember
Yeah.
seeing that. Yeah. Oof.
And you get, it's like, but it's so close to your eye that, like, you can't focus on it. So it's like you just see this, like, vague blackness, like, slither across, like,
Oh, it's
one
like
half of your...
squigglies.
It just comes across, like, one half of you at a
Yeah.
time. So it's like, it's... Oh, I hate it. I hate all worms. Parasites are the worst thing to ever be evolved.
But they evolved. You have to deal with it.
I don't want to deal with it.
Well, oh
Why can't they
well.
just fuck off and infect insects that I don't like mosquitoes?
Speaking of just fucking off, AG wouldn't fuck off. Banana fish.
Seriously, but not. Banana fish.
Uh,
AG decides to do something, sort of, almost.
I mean, he decides to go look for Ash.
He decides to show up to try and, I don't know, make sure
Ash,
Ash
don't kill
doesn't
him.
die alone?
Don't kill him. What's the other option? Dying?
Yeah. Ash, please stop. Arthur, also please stop, because you'll totally listen to me.
Yeah. Arthur, don't do it. Who's that kid? I don't fucking know. He just kind of hangs around me sometimes.
Arthur, don't stab my boyfriend?
But anyways, in this show we got like in this episode we got some good knife fights in the beginning, and then some fucking shootouts, and then we got knife fight at the end again.
Yeah, the combat section's great.
Oh my god, this animation's so cool. It's still working out.
Although
Fine.
the question I had was, where the fuck did Ash get all of those bullets from?
Yes.
He apparently gave the one guy his gun, but kept like 90 bullets on him.
Yeah. Obviously, he did not count how many shots he was shooting.
No. If this was Archer, Archer would be going out of his mind.
I mean, he could have it in his pockets. That's a
He
possibility.
had to have reloaded that gun multiple times.
Yeah.
He killed like 30 dudes. That gun held 6 rounds.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of bullets in your pockets, and there's no way you can just pick a gun off, or a bullet off the ground.
Well, yeah, because it depends on what caliber it is. I think
Yeah.
he was using a 357, and they were all using
Millimeters.
automatics, which are 45s usually.
Automatic what pistols?
Yeah, they're using like automatic pistols, I think.
Some of them are using like
Or not,
Glocks. Some of them are using
automatics,
Uzis.
semi-automatics.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they're using semi-automatics, but he was using a 357 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
But that was what I was expecting to do, was fucking trade out for like other people's pistols to solve the where the fuck is he getting all of the ammo question.
Yes, the Goblin Slayer
when-
technique.
Right.
This
But
sword
when
is
he-
useless. Let me pick up this dagger.
I stabbed one thing with it. This sword is dead to me.
It's got goblin blood on it. It's useless now.
I hate it. Why? Because it's got goblin blood, so it's basically a goblin. Killed my family.
Did it kill his family?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a very important part of his backstory, but yeah, his whole family
I
got
don't
killed.
care.
His sister got
Just so long as he like fights the goblin. That's all. Him hating the goblins is enough motivation for me.
Again, there is like not really a story to Goblin Slayer. This is the sum total of his backstory. His village got burned down. His family got killed. He had to watch his sister get raped by goblins. That's his entire backstory. He hates goblins. There you go. That's it. Now he just wants to kill goblins because of that.
Honestly, I don't think he would need a backstory. He just like one day woke up and said, "I'm gonna kill goblins," and that would have been enough for me.
I mean, I'm telling you, it was bare bones. It was like 2 pages that they were like, this is the sum total of his backstory. It was 2 pages, and they were like, all right, we're done. Let's go back to killing goblins now.
I am the knight.
I am the Doom Slayer. The Doom guy of goblins. That's basically what he is. He doesn't even have a name. He's just Goblin Slayer.
And then we got the gang slayer, Ash. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. The Gang Slayer, Ash.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, those shots sounded nice.
They did. That was what I was going to mention for Angels of Death. The bullets in Angels of Death did not sound nice.
That was a fucking pea. She literally had a pea shooter. It was like,
They had like cap guns. It was like,
like even though she's like a tiny little girl. I don't know how the fuck she shot that gun. Like it only went up like a fucking inch.
yeah. There was apparently no recoil on her Glock, and they sounded like, both that and the Luger sounded like fucking cap guns.
Yep. But yeah, in Banana Fish, fucking satisfying. It was like a strong bop or
Yeah.
boom.
They legitimately sounded like, well, not. They
It'd be a
sounded
lot
as
louder.
close to gunshots as you could without being like, I don't know.
It was a good stand-in for a gun. Like it was
Yeah.
believable.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. It was very believable, and it made the scene inappropriately like, you understood what you were watching.
Yeah.
It felt like people were shooting guns at each other, rather than it felt, the Angel of Death. It felt like a joke.
Terry Angels is a fucking joke.
But then,
She should have been called Taylor. God damn it! I keep saying this. Her name should have been Taylor.
You're probably right about that. But yeah, so we have the gunfight. Well, we have the start to a knife fight,
Yes.
and then the gunfight.
Well, extended gunfight. Well, we have 2 gunfights. We have the gunfight on the station where they're basically overpowered, and the goal is to get on the train. At least actually get on the train to hunt down Arthur. That's that scene. The second gunfight is Ash moving from the back to the front of the train as he just caps motherfuckers and takes names.
Right.
He's a really good fucking shot. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
One shot, one kill every time.
I do like. it was sort of ridiculous how good of a shot he
Right?
was, but they
Every
did
time.
also already establish like he was an insane shot with his Magnum.
Hmm.
So like at the same time, I was like, I get it. Like they did say like, as long as he has this Magnum, he's like amazing. So like I could not understand it. I could believe it because
Yeah.
of that. They made it a concept already in the universe, and so I was willing to accept it. But watching him fucking just basically be like
Yeah.
Rambo
Fucking middle of the head every time.
every single time. When there were three guys on either side at the end, and it's a 6-shot revolver, I'm like, if he misses a single shot, or if one of these does not kill, he's fucked.
And guess what? He
All
shoots the lights
headshots.
first, though. So at some point, he had to have another, like, put in another bullet.
Oh yeah, he reloaded. He had to reload, I think, at least twice there. We saw him kill a whole bunch of people inside
Yeah.
that train car. He had to have reloaded at least twice. But yeah, shooting at the lights was also really cool because it was one of those things where it looked really silly because it obviously couldn't be completely pitch black for us.
But yeah,
But like
it's
you
a
just had to
subway.
understand that it was going to be completely pitch black.
Hmm. And then between I think those two fights or those two gunfights, we have the leopard metaphor, where AG and
Oh
Ash
yeah,
talk.
the snows on Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, why was that leopard up there? Does it know things? What does it know?
Oh, let's find out. Let's read this book and maybe learn.
Yeah, so that leopard just kind of goes up in there and dies. But I like the animation and like kind of the scenery of Kilimanjaro. The leopard just walking around. That was kind of a fun little story.
Right. It was such a weird like non sequitur though, because it starts off with like, "Are you afraid of death? I'm not afraid of death. Look at how edgy I am.
Yeah.
I'm 17 and this is deep." Leopards on Kilimanjaro.
What's UFOs?
What would you do if, like, at the end of that scene, when he was like, "I wonder how that leopard got up there on the Kilimanjaro," AG just gone, "Aliens, dude, aliens."
Yeah. Or I don't know. Maybe they saw. Look, it was the Yeti did it. It was
Yeti did
Bigfoot.
it. Yeti killed the leopard.
Yep.
Killed the African Kilimanjaro Yeti.
I thought. Yeah. For some reason, I kept
I,
thinking snow leopard, so I kept thinking Himalayas. Snow leopards only live in the Himalayas, right?
probably?
I think so. It's a very small range of the Himalayas that snow leopards live. But this is just an ordinary leopard, which begs the
Yeah.
question: what was the leopard doing up there? It has no like. Leopards usually like around the savannah. So what a weird leopard.
Um, yeah, they're pretty Himalayas-y.
Because like if it was a snow leopard, like I understand, if it was in the mountains, I don't understand why like, it would go all the way to the peak and then just die there.
Right.
But whatever. Fucking leopards are weird. They're not people. Why are we talking about them like they're people? Fucking leopards.
It thinks it's people.
Yeah. Babu.
Babu.
But yeah, then AG around this time.
Crepuscular. That's just people talk for awesome.
Yeah, during this time we also have AG trying to run to the area where Ash is, and he
Yeah.
decides, he learns about Coney Island and decides to go to Coney Island with the help of the two side
Well, so
bosses.
first he finds out that he's being sent to the airport to go home, and he's like all mopey and like, "I'll go willingly." He gets very Eeyore about it.
Yeah, and that immediately becomes a non-plot point.
Yeah, immediately the one guy decides he can't keep the secret anymore, has to tell Ash that, has to tell AG that Ash is in a fight for his life, and AG decides that he has to go see Ash, and bails on the other two to go run him down in the train station.
Yeah.
At which point, they learn that they have to go to Coney Island, and so the other two guys roll up in a car, pick up AG, and they all head to Coney Island together, where we get to see the Ash v Arthur knife fight that they have decided to do.
Which
instead of
AG
just
almost
execution.
fucked up.
Yeah, because AG is just, even when he decides to do something, he still, one, doesn't do anything, and two, almost
Did
fucks
it
it up
wrong.
anyways.
Yeah, he fucking got Ash slit in the fucking gut. But it all works out in the end because Arthur is now dead.
Yeah.
And that
Arthur
leaves-
got throat slit, and then 8 million cops showed up and everybody is now arrested again.
See, for a couple of seconds there, I thought Agent wasn't getting arrested because he's like, complaining about something. And I was like, hey, why isn't Agent getting arrested? And then the next shot is, him on his knees getting, cuffed. I was like, okay, I'm good now. It's not that I want Agent to get arrested. I just thought it would be weird if he wasn't arrested.
Right. I
Because
don't know what's going to happen to AG and all the spectators to this. But it looks like Ash is going back to jail.
Yes. So I
thought we escaped the jail thing. Apparently we did not. We did not spend nearly enough time in the jail section.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen now. Because, he was on bail, and now he's, actually going to jail, so...
Right.
Shit's going to be bad for him.
Especially since, they can probably look inside of that train they were right next to and find, the 20 dead kids in there.
Yeah. A lot of dead people.
It'd be like, that Ash kid, he probably did this too. So he's going to jail for a lot of murders.
Yep. But we will see how he gets out of this kerfuffle next time. On the next episode.
On the next episode of Banana Fish B for Banana Fish.
Yes. F for Banana Fish.
F
Fish
banana
fish.
Fish banana fish. Fish, comma, banana.
Yes. I think we're probably going to be watching Goblin Slayer for this season. We still need to have our third person, Alex, here, but he is not here.
He is not.
I'm pretty sure he'd be okay on the Goblin Slayer.
I think so.
Oh, wow.
We're probably not going to watch Sword Art Online because nobody really cares.
Well, one, that's a sequel.
Yeah. One, it's a sequel, and we've already said we don't do sequels. Oh. And two, nobody but me has watched nearly enough of it for it to make any sense.
Three, I just don't care about it.
And yeah. Also, we don't want to be the 8 millionth anime-related thing to just fucking either circle jerk about SAO or fucking...
Or circle jerk about how we hate SAO.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless,
one or the other circle jerk.
jerk.
Because even though everyone says they hate it, every fucking, every time they make a new SAO thing, they all have to come streaming back to scream how loudly they hate it. Or love it, either way. It's like the Call of Duty of anime. Every year people have to say how much they hate it, and yet they'll still watch it. Or buy it.
Fun fact, White Fox, who is currently animating Goblin Slayer, that was a part-timer.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I would not have guessed. Huh. I wonder if they, changed a lot of, their talent in between those two shows. Because wasn't Devil's a part-timer, a while ago?
5 years ago.
5 years ago?
5 years ago.
I thought it was, 2015 at the latest.
White Fox, they're not bad. They usually do good shit. At the very least, they're always average.
Okay.
At the very worst. So yeah, Goblin Slayer is one of them. We need to wait for Alex to see what else we might watch.
Yeah.
Maybe the Emoto show. Who knows?
Maybe we'll see.
If it's bad enough, who the fuck knows? We'll just wait till it comes out.
Yeah, we have 2.5 days from today. We will watch the first episode, and I guess next week we'll discuss whether or not it's worth talking about every week or if it was just completely atrocious.
Sounds like a fucking plan.
We'll probably keep up with at least another episode or two of Zombieland and see if it develops into an actual zombie idol show or just a regular idol show with green face paint. Because if it's just going to be an idol show with green face paint, I'm not certain I'm going to enjoy it that much. Not a huge fan of idol shows.
We never know.
Other than that, there is I feel like half the stuff for this season hasn't actually come out with an episode 1 yet, so there's still a decent amount of stuff that has to come out.
Yes, that's very true. But we shall see this week. Well, technically next week.
Next week.
Yes, this following week. That makes more sense.
Yeah, we'll watch the episodes of some stuff, and we will decide next weekend what we're going to watch.
What would you like to sell out to today?
I am going to sell out to morning naps because they're a great way to reset your day after you hike up a mountain for your friend's early morning wedding because they're assholes. I got back from a wedding and I fell asleep for what I called a nap, but may as well just have been the continuation of being asleep because I woke up from my nap at like 9:30 and it was basically just like I was waking up for my normal day. So early morning naps, if you have to get up at like the crack of before dawn to do something, an early morning nap is a great way to reset your day and still feel like a productive human being.
See, you can't get money from early morning naps though.
I don't care.
I care.
We don't sell out to most anything we get money for. Nothing we ever sell out for gives us money.
At least I sell out to a product, not a concept.
Bullshit. I could go through every single episode of this and sum together all of the things you've sold out to and find shit that will never pay us money.
I'm gonna sell out to happiness. Please come into my life.
Come into me. You said you were gonna sell it to something while we were at the Ren Fair. I don't
Man,
remember
who the
what.
fuck cares? I forget half the shit I want to sell out to, like the moment I say it.
I just remember that one because you looked at me. You're like, I'm gonna sell out to that at ABC tomorrow. Already forgotten what it was. It was actually a product too. Was the other thing. It was like an honest to god product. I have no memory of what it was.
I don't have a memory either.
You know who else I'm gonna sell out to? Keegan of North Ireland, who got robbed at the joust.
Man, fucking Keegan.
Our boy Keegan got robbed.
Our boy Keegan was the best.
He got robbed in that final. He was way better.
Fucking whatever the fuck, that German dropped the lance first.
He dropped his lance first, and in the fucking skills competition, motherfucker missed one of the things with his sword. As
Got
he
it
was
with the
going back
lance,
around,
and then he hit
got
the
it with the lance,
target.
hit the target way before the other dude. They gave the points to the other dude. It was bullshit.
Absolute dog crap.
Our boy Keegan was the man. He got robbed twice.